And hey, Rick.
Hey, Megan.
Um, I was looking at my YouTube where I have all these videos, and I,
hmm
I got to think of a new like thumbnail, whatever they call it, cover,
hmm hmm
because
hmm
all of them are of you looking just like that, like the whole cover. I'm like, what about me? Where's my picture in these? I'm just
What?
kidding. I know,
Maybe
I'm
I
just
should
kidding.
dye my hair or something, or
Or wear a wig, or
wear
I
a
don't
hat.
know, different glasses. I mean,
Yeah, maybe wear a different color shirt.
something. I
Just saying.
know. Anyway,
I'm so
okay,
predictable. I'm so predictable.
you're very predictable, but that keeps life simple because you probably have a little decision fatigue all day at your job. So when
A
you get
little
up in
bit.
the morning, you're like, what t-shirt am I going to wear? Glasses are
I'll
clean,
take,
done,
yeah.
go. You
Say I
know,
want
God,
that black one or that black one.
yeah,
I'll take
yeah.
that one.
God forbid another decision makes its way into the day, right? Okay, so today I want to talk about something called an escalation clause because it came up
hmm
this week with an offer I was writing. And I want to
Yeah.
talk about what is an escalation clause, what's the pros, and what's the cons of an escalation
hmm
clause.
hmm
And that being said, I have personally used an escalation clause before. So I'll tell you about that. So, an escalation clause is a clause that's written to a contract that says that if a seller receives an offer that is higher than your offer, that you will automatically increase the price of your offer. Typically, you put a ceiling on that.
hmm
Um,
hmm
and I'll read to you the verbiage that I have. It says, in the
hmm
event that the seller receives a bona fide written offer from another buyer to purchase the property for the purchase price or greater than the base purchase price, the buyer's offer
hmm
shall automatically be increased by whatever amount over the competing offer. The competing offer must be a bona fide written offer, and the buyer must be provided with a copy of the competing offer. The buyer's escalation clause shall only be triggered once and shall not be applicable to subsequent offers and counter offers. Okay. So, um, why would you use an escalation clause? Okay.
hmm
You would use an escalation clause if there were multiple offers on a property and you wanted to find out how much they were. Okay. That's
hmm
why you would use an escalation clause. And
hmm
you would find out how much they were and possibly have the chance to beat them. Okay.
hmm
Now, I see some people I mean, most people want to go pretty conservative on their escalation clause, like, oh, I'll go 2,000 over. It's this, you're depending on the price range. If you're here in California, most houses are 8, 900,000 to begin with. You're
hmm
gonna want to not, I mean, in my opinion, you can go over as much as you want, but like $2,000 is like, you know,
It's not,
um,
not to move the needle much in California. It might in other parts of the country, but not so
yeah,
much here, right? Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, you might say a little bit more than that, maybe $5,000 escalation clause.
Seems fair.
And when you think about an escalation clause, especially since the buyer representation has changed, you might say over, instead of saying over the next highest purchase price, you might say over the next highest estimated net to the seller. Okay. Because you don't
Okay.
know, yeah, you don't
Oh,
know
that's a
what
good point.
costs are involved in this
Compensation.
other. Yeah,
hmm
exactly. So you might
hmm
say over the next highest net
Net
proceeds,
proceeds.
yeah, to the seller.
Perfect. I like that. I like that strategy. That's smart.
Yeah. So it seems like it'd be a good strategy. You'd find
hmm
out what the highest offers are and you'd still
hmm
have a chance, right?
hmm
So why would somebody, a seller or a seller's agent, why would they not go? Why isn't everybody doing this? Well, we just don't see it very much around here anyway. I don't know about other parts of the
hmm
country. We don't see it much around here. And there's so many agents that don't do a lot of business that people are throwing bones to, they're,
hmm
you know, whomever in their life that happens to have a real estate license. They want to save a couple of bucks and get a discount.
Mhm.
And they haven't seen this. They don't know how to deal with it or
Right.
what it
Mhm.
even means, So not all the time, but most likely if you're not doing it all the time, you don't know what in the heck is going on. Um, so
Well, yeah.
might somebody might not know how to deal with it, what
Mhm.
it means. So that might be a reason that it's not well received. Okay. Another reason why it might not be well received is that people picture it as playing games. They don't want to play games. It's like, what's your highest offer? Just make your highest offer.
Mhm. Mhm.
Stop playing
What is
games.
it? What's the
Yeah,
bottom line? Yeah.
yeah. So there's that.
Well,
Or
mhm.
the third thing is that some agents are die hard, will not share any information about other offers with anybody else, even though in our
Mhm.
contract it says a lot of things. It says about 1 million things. I can't believe it. I was filling out offers over the
That's
weekend.
tons.
I sent
Mhm.
somebody 46 pages to sign. It's like, are
Oh
you
yeah.
kidding me? Nobody's
Mhm.
reading anything anymore. It's too many pages. Anyway, so um they might not want to share the details about somebody else's offer with somebody else. And even though the contract says that offers are not necessarily confidential and we can share that information, they might be
Mhm.
diehard no way. And
Mhm.
that's the end of that. So it's a good strategy, but it's not always received well for those reasons.
Well, I mean, a lot of good points there too, Megan. And I mean, you and I have been involved in a lot of these multiple offer scenarios. We know how these outcomes, what they look like, and how they proceed. I think from a home buyer's perspective, when you're in the middle of the heat of these 8 or 9 or 10 offers or five, whatever that number is, there's a lot of behind the scenes things happening that the buyer may not necessarily see. And
Mm-hmm.
one of those is, and also depends, as we all know, the quality of the listing agent. Because
Mm-hmm.
let's face it, not all agents are the same. Some handle things
Mm-hmm.
better than others, or they communicate better than others. So I think what happens is, and the reason why I like that clause a lot is because so many times over the years we get involved in a multiple offer scenario, and guess what happens? You call the listing agent up, they don't return the phone calls. They got five more offers coming in. They kind of put you on
Mm-hmm.
hold. The next one calls, oh yeah, they took another offer. No, no, wait a minute, we were gonna do something different. Just what was the deal? Well, they don't know because they didn't know. Right. So I think the beauty of that clause is that listing agents put on notice that we don't have to be involved in what other 8 other offers are doing. Just tell us what the bottom line is. We'll exceed that by X dollars, and that's it. So they don't have to
Yeah,
be
right,
calling listing agent and saying, "Hey, did you get more offers? Hey, where do we stand? What's the last offer?" That's hard, right? That's a lot of work, and oftentimes it doesn't result in a win for the client.
right. Yeah, I like your perspective of that because you're right. There's not too many anymore, but when the market is
Yeah.
really, really hot in favor of a seller, some listing agents will never call
No.
you back.
They don't even
They're
call me. They don't call any of us. They just
they don't
ignore
call
us.
anybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and um, yeah, they won't. Their cell phones nowhere to be found. Yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
They
it's
barely
just
have an email.
crazy. I know. So yeah, so in that
Yeah.
case where you're just not getting any kind of
Yeah.
communication,
Hmm.
you're trying to really put them in a corner and get back to you and get you the information that you need. That would be a good idea. So
Yeah.
there's pros and
Yeah.
cons, and you have to just weigh it out with the
Hmm.
situation.
Hmm.
And I always ask my clients that are buyers, how bad do you want this house on a scale of 1 to 10? How
Hmm.
bad do you want it? And depending
Yeah.
on what their response is, then, I'll give them all the options considering their response. It's like, well,
Yeah.
I want it, but I've got to redo the electrical and so it's going to be 50,000, blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay. But anyway, that's the escalation clause.
Yeah, I like a lot. And I said to your point earlier, it lets the seller know that your buyer is a serious buyer. They're a contender.
Yeah.
They're a
Yeah.
contender. And really, it creates more of a sense of fairness, if you will, I think, that they're
Hmm.
being put on notice that, hey, don't ghost us. Tell us what
Yeah.
you got, and we'll do something about that.
Right. Right. And keep in mind too, people, I mean, we sometimes have multiple offers and sometimes people aren't looking for the highest price. There's other terms that they look for too.
True.
So
Very true.
so having an escalation clause doesn't mean you don't have to tighten up the whole entire offer, because you do got to
Hmm.
tighten the whole thing up
Sure. Yeah. Yep.
and present it all, got to pull in all of your stops,
Hmm.
and
Sure.
structure it so that they can't ignore you.
I like it.
Thank you, Rick. We'll be back
Thank
next
you,
week.
Megan. With more, a lot more to come.
A
A lot
lot
of
more
stuff
to
going on
come.
right now, for sure.
I know. It's been a wild weekend. I um wrote a bunch of offers, got a bunch of offers, so I'm hoping that we'll have some escrows opening, which would be
Hmm.
perfect because then I'm going out of town for a couple days.
I was gonna say you're
So
leaving in town, right?
so whenever you're leaving town, for
Yeah,
sure
write a
you're
bunch
gonna
of
open like
offers.
4 escrows.
That's
Yeah.
right,
Yeah. It is,
for
it's
sure.
fine. That's why that's why there's 4 of me. There's me and 3 more. So
Then
we'll
you're
get it
everywhere.
done.
You
All
will, for
right.
sure.
I'll see you next week.
Thanks, Megan. Appreciate you. See you later.
Thank you.